Are you embarrassed to invite your friends into your home? A lot of people don't know where to start with the good old DIY. We've got Wayne Perry, we've also got Paul Grinzel and Steph Bron, and they're all here to help us out with that tricks of the trade, as you might want to call it. Hello, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
It's a
Morning,
party!
Nikki.
Woohoo! I don't know where to start. Right, okay then. Shall we start with? I love, and probably lots of people love watching programs on the telly that you like. Look what you can do with your home. Are we a nation of watchers rather than doers, though? Who's going to kick off? Shall we ask Wayne this one?
Good question. Okay, Wayne's on.
I totally agree with you. I've worked on various TV shows, so Great Interior Design Challenge and DIY SOS and various ones. So I understand the shows that you mean. But those shows are great for inspiration, but they don't teach you how to do it. So this is why Steph and I set up the DIY Doers, and which is why we've partnered up with National Home Improvement Week to give people the confidence and knowledge so they can decorate those houses and their home and make it feel like a home.
What do people find that they're stuck on more? Is it putting things together, the colours, or is it the actual, the big bathroom unit or whatever? What do people find most difficult?
All of those things, but the problem is everyone has a different reference to what DIY is. So you talk there about the big things, tiling and things like that. They're huge if you've not done any DIY, but start small. We see DIY as changing a plug, stopping that alarm beeping from your smoke alarm. Go, those kind of start there, and as you build in confidence, you can then put up those shelves, you can then wallpaper, you can decorate, but everyone has to start somewhere. So everyone has a different bench level of where to start.
They certainly do. We did our house up about 4 or 5 years ago after living in military accommodation all our life. So it was brand new to us. And I have to say, I think we were overwhelmed with the choice. Mm-hmm. You go into a shop and there's thousands of tiles, as you say, or thousands of carpets, thousands of and it is knowing how to put it all together from scratch, from you need this, you need that, you need this. Where can you get advice, though, from that sort of thing?
Hi, Nikki. It's Paul here. I suppose as the architect of National Home Improvement Week, I should probably expand on what's happening here. So we are a trade association of some of the major leading household brands in the DIY and home improvement sector. Fiskars to Flymo, Black & Decker to Gardena, Homelux to Harris, Plas Plugs to Polycell. And what these members and sponsors have done have come together collaboratively to join in this campaign to demonstrate how easy home improvement is with the right knowledge, with the right tools and with the right information. And all this is being played out through social media by and large, because we are of a generation where some of the millennials just don't have a clue of how to do certain things, and it's all been played out through social media and also the campaign website homeimprovementweek.co.uk.
That is really good. And I hear what you're saying there about the social media, because I have to say, when we, like I say, doing our own house up, if we got stuck, you just go on YouTube and somebody has done a basic video about this is how you put your paint on, and which is really good. You need it in basic language.
Absolutely. Well, Nikki, if I could just jump in and say that that's exactly where Wayne and I spent a considerable amount of our time, and realised that actually some of it isn't that specific. And what we wanted to do is really target the confidence building and specifics of learning. It's not just someone showing you how to do it. It's actually going through step by step, but in a kind of format that's not wasting so much of your time. We are a time poor society, and social media has sort of dictated that with us. So we've partnered with the Home Improvement Week to have demonstrational videos and some of their fantastic products to show people how simple it is to get started on some of these jobs, but in a way that is engaging, relatable. We have silly outtakes at the end where it's gone a bit wrong for us, just to show that actually, the first time you drill a hole doesn't have to be in your wall. You can practice. Do you know what I mean? You wouldn't
I
get in a
suppose people
car and
people
just
don't really
drive.
think of that though, do they? Having a little
No.
practice first of all.
Exactly. Go
Yeah.
to a workshop or go and practice. All these things are available, and it's about educating people in that way to say you can do this, this, and this because you don't know what you don't know, and that overwhelm, as you described, that you had, it will paralyse you for a choice. So it's about sort of starting small and just taking those first steps to help.
And actually, once you have a go, it's not as bad as you first think. The one thing that I did look up when we were in the middle of it was a DIY course for women. And there was some in Yorkshire, but obviously living down south, that was no good for me. And that was the only place I could find a DIY course for women. So there's something out there that you guys should, hook up on because
We're doing it. We're doing it
Oh,
already.
really?
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. We've got an online course as well. But we run workshops in London because we saw that there was that need. And, we meet people that at the beginning of a session are kind of giving a drill a wide berth. They don't want to go near it. And then by the end of it, we're trying to prise it out of their hand, as they're just so determined. And, there's so much that this week is bringing to the nation to help everybody and to put positivity back into DIY, frankly.
Yeah. I think my husband wants me to give the drill a wide berth because honestly, I am rubbish. I can't be bothered with the measuring and stuff. It's like, oh, that'll do. It looks like a good place to hang a picture.
Well, that's fairly fundamental in most DIY.
Oh, is it? Is it? Okay.
Measuring is, I think, what's the measure once,
measure twice,
cut once.
That's
so
it.
there's good
right.
note in that. But no, it's interesting. The campaign conducted some research amongst 2,000 homeowners and renters up and down the country, across the gender divide and across the regionally as well. And basically what it established is that 63% of the nation don't actually love the home they live in. And would like to make some changes, and that really just comes from, they're not proud of it. So whether it's marks on the walls, condition of the carpets and flooring, clutter, smells, mould, condition of the garden, there's plenty of scope for the consumers to re-engage with home improvement and DIY in the home and garden, to love the home they live in. After all, an Englishman's home is his castle. Is that right?
Yeah. And it is cheaper than obviously moving, isn't it?
It is, and that's another stimulus for the home improvement market. Gone are the heady days of house moving. Since the crash in 2007, home moving has been a good stimulus for doing home improvement. But those heady days since 2007 have not reappeared as they once did. We've got a generation gap of people moving from home ownership to renting. The cost of getting on the property ladder these days is very prohibitive for some of the younger consumers. So there's lots here to motivate, enthuse consumers, but start simple. I know many of your listeners will be in accommodation that they can't massively change, but it's about doing the small things you can change fairly easily.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, we won't mention the smells. That's probably something else, but there we go. Okay. So we need to find out more then. So this is happening all week, isn't it, that you're trying to make people more aware of having a go, basically, at DIY. Where can we find out more?
Well, you can find out more at the campaign website, which is homeimprovementweek.co.uk, where 32 of the nation's major brands are showing their wares and information about how to get involved. We've chosen this time specifically because the major spike for consumer activity in home improvement is around the Easter period. The days are getting longer. The days are getting warmer, allegedly. And that's the first break after Christmas when they can start doing the tasks around the home which need which needs starting.
And on that that website, the homeimprovementweek.co.uk, you can find all our details as well, the DIYdoers.com. And there's a Facebook group, so if you've got an instant question, you can ask on the Facebook and people will answer it for you.
Oh, that's fabulous. Well, brilliant. Yes, spring has sprung, so let's get out there. So let's say thank you then to Wayne, Paul and Steph. Thanks very much for talking to us on BFBS.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Nikki.
you.